Today, on Attack of the Show, Sundays are reserved for football, so we're checking the spread and getting the tailgate party started with Jimmy the Geek. Screw sticky seats. We're bringing the theater right into your living room on AOTS hardware. And we fall in line with Samuel L. Jackson and the stars of Home of the Brave. All this and more on a titillating Attack of the Show, starting right now.
What's going on here? Pick up on this. Attack. Attack of the Show. Attack.
Something pop. Something pop.
Doing the bend and stretch.
Oh, yeah! No, seriously, something pop.
We have a groin injury.
Welcome to Attack of the Show, everybody. TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. It's Friday, December 15th, and at least for today, I'll be playing the role of Kevin Pereira.
And I will be playing the role of Blair Butler. We are coming to you live from the G4 studios in Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles. Not Los Angeles, Patagonia. So please stop with the letters.
Seriously,
okay?
It's enough.
Right.
Common misconception.
Yeah.
Blair, you like football, right?
What?
Blue for the two! And then someone throws, and you're down, right?
What part of comic book nerd could possibly have led you to the conclusion that I like football?
All right, good point. Good point. Nevertheless, though, it's college bowl time. Pro football season's in full swing, and that means two things.
Yes.
Do you know?
What do you think? Neglected children and unsatisfied wives?
Well, yes, but it's also big games and tailgating,
Oh,
right?
really?
Nothing compliments your parking lot or living room football party better than Subway sandwiches. Am I right?
Oh.
Subway sandwiches are also the official sandwiches of the Attack of the Show. Ooh. Just so you know. How about that, Subway?
Are you?
Tasty.
Now, Kevin, will you be introducing your Subway diet? You know, do you have fat pants you're going to bring out and show us?
Blair, I'm just giving a little love to our sponsor here, right?
Oh, yeah?
Again, you think football. That was a shovel pass, by the way.
That was amazing.
You know my terminology.
Right past my face.
Spontaneously off the top of my head, I said football, Subway sandwiches, these things go great. Feed me, let's go. Come on, Blair.
So, yeah, I gotta ask you, Kevin.
Stuff it in.
Are you a youth?
Let's do it. Pick one and let's go. Shovel it in. Shovel it. Come on.
It's all yours, baby.
Okay.
That-
I got mustard on my chin. Thank you.
Kind of looked like a duck bill made of wheat bread.
It's actually a really bad idea. They're tasty, though.
So, Kevin, how about you?
Yes, Blair.
That was well played.
Thank you. You're not going to see the fat pants, by the way. They're in a very special place.
Really? Mm-hmm. All right, speaking of special places, remember, you can't spell hurl without URL.
That's why we're going around the net.
First up, we all know that picking up a 7-10 split in bowling is nearly impossible to do, but one man has a solution. Replace the pins with people and a ball with a snowmobile.
That's funny because someone died.
Ragdoll physics in action. Yeah, nice pickup, and I bet he got to wear his own shoes, too.
Probably. All I can say about this next video, though, is that stupid people, well, if they stopped doing stupid things, the internet would dry up. So take this winner. He thought that doing a backflip off a candy machine would be a great way to make friends, you know, and influence people. He was wrong.
Oh, dude. You all right?
Concrete. Eat face.
I think that might have been meat and kneecap, too. Whoa.
Yeah, at this point, don't try this at home. Don't think it's necessary.
No, I don't think so either.
Not only will you not try it, I guarantee you won't even hang out with someone who would. It's the kind of thing we call thinning the herd.
It's like Darwinism in action.
Off the Snickers machine.
And finally, former Miami Dolphins quarterback and Ace Ventura foil Dan Marino doesn't like it when the teleprompter makes him mess up big words. Take a look.
Buckley last week in Miami, he was on a bye week, by the way, playing golf. He told me that defense is
Dan smash!
Wow.
Don't make him angry. You'll never finish your show taping when he's angry. I can't read prompter either, so it works well.
You should just flip the sandwiches angrily.
I should.
No, don't. We love Subway because they're the official Subway sandwich of Attack of the Show.
Caress them. All right, that's enough for today.
Go to g4tv.com/AOTS for the links to everything you just saw. But right now, it's time for the only news you need to know. Here's Layla Cayley in the feed headlines.
So soft.
Thank you, guys. Here's what's coming up in the feed. First, we'll tell you what kinds of advertisements won't be allowed in Beantown. Plus, we'll tell you just how much Nintendo makes for every Wii you buy. And find out which sexy video king just got slapped with a sentence. It's all coming your way in the feed. But first, back to you guys.
All right, coming up later in the show, we've got that endlessly magical combination of college kids, free time, and home video. Does it ever fail to please?
Look, I'm sorry, but there's just too much show to cram into 10 minutes. We tried. You get the rest after this.
Sunday is usually a day of worship, but it's just another day in the office for Jimmy the Geek. And affordable, easy to use, and state-of-the-art, it's a movie lover's dream system on AOTS hardware.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. We spent the break swiffering the studio in anticipation for the arrival of our favorite gambling Goomba, Jimmy the Geek.
Jimmy, baby, good to see you, buddy. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, good to see you, Kevy. Good to see you. You're looking a little older.
A little bit, a little wiser, too. Where exactly are you, though, buddy?
I got invited to this tailgate party, and I guess I went to the wrong stadium. I don't know.
Are you sure someone's just not messing with you? I mean, you were 1 for 3 last week, Jim. Maybe you should be watching your back and not worrying about tailgating.
Kevy, you are so freaking predictable. I knew you were going to question the geeker, so this time, I'm not just using Madden 2007 to help me make my picks. This time, I'm letting him do all the work. This fat, turkey-eating bastard is going to simulate the games, make the picks, and determine the scores.
All right, well, I mean, that's great. Good for Madden, but exactly why do we need you, Jim?
All right, Kevy, who else is going to dish these picks with such colorful commentary? I'll tell you who I think will put the points on the board, and then we'll see what the video game thinks. You know, Kevy, my mind's like a computer.
Oh, yeah?
It's fast, able to do 10 things at once, and it's full of unspeakable images that can never be erased.
Okay, fair enough, Jim. We got the Chiefs and the Chargers, and then who would have thought San Diego would be this good? I mean, LT's pretty amazing, right?
All right, hold on, Kevy. I got to say one thing. Everyone loves LT. LT is so great. There is only one LT, and his name is Lawrence freaking Taylor. Do not soil that good man's name and steal those famous cocaine abusing initials. But let's face it, unless the Chiefs send some grade A hookers and blow to the Rats hotel room, there is no way they are winning this game. LaDainian Tomlinson and his crew are totally unstoppable. According to my research, San Diego's got this one locked up. Let's see what Madden 2007 has to say. I'm sure he's going to agree with my genius intellect.
I bet he will, Jim.
Scores here. All right, what is that?
What do we got?
Kansas City 23, San Diego 22. What the hell is that guy smoking?
All right, but you've been slipping. Maybe you should just trust the video game. Trust the Madden, Jim. Go with them. All right, next we have the Bengals and the Colts. Cincinnati's coming off a couple big wins. Indy's coming off some tough losses, but both teams really need this win, right?
They need a freaking win. I need a freaking win. I need one so bad. I'll sell you one of my kids for a sure thing. You want one? Kids are great.
No.
They're the apple in my eye. You know what? Who the hell am I kidding? They suck. They're little antichrist.
Jimmy, Colts, Bengals. Let's focus in.
All right. The Bengals, my kids. All right. The Bengals might have some major power in their Johnsons. That's Rudy and Chad. But Peyton Manning is due for a comeback, and this Sunday the Colts are gonna trample those Orange Cats. I cannot emphasize this enough. This one is a lock for Indy, according to Madden 2007, who I'm sure agrees. What is that? 32-30. Cincy wins. What a stupid hunk of crap. What the hell do I have this game for, Kevy?
Okay.
Tell me.
I see you and the Madden disagree, Jim.
Yeah. What the hell are you thinking? All right, yeah. Disagree. This thing is like my ex-wife, willing to disagree with anything and anyone just to be difficult and get attention. That's what all broads want, Kevy.
Yeah.
Attention. To be a pain in your ass, babies to tie you down, your sack in their purse, diamonds, more babies.
All right, Eagles and Giants, for the love of God, Jim. Keep the train on the tracks here.
All right. I'm convinced this game is just messing with me. It's the freaking Madden curse. Both teams are 7-6, and despite a couple setbacks, I think the Giants, with that angry Jeremy Shockey leading the charge, will pull this one out by 6. Now, let's see what the Fathead 2007 has to say.
That's not
all
nice,
right,
Jim.
What is a 42-20? Philadelphia wins. That's it. I give up. I give up.
All right. No tailgate. The game disagrees with you. It's rough for the old geek, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah. And I get you instead of the chick with the sideways hoo-ha. But what a bust.
Oh.
I'm out of here. I think there was a bottomless strip club with a salad bar at the last exit.
Okay.
You know, I got to get going.
Chow down. Jimmy, as always, a pleasure, sir. Good talking to you. Blair, why don't you just take over for a moment so I can go cash my paycheck? My money's on the fat guy, not the little toothpick with the slick back hair.
Yeah, I'm pulling for the Chiefs and the Bengals, but who knows what'll happen. Anyway, Attack of the Show recently got a visit from pro gamer Tom Taylor, more commonly known as T-Squared. T kindly offered up some gaming tips for wannabe pros, and here they are.
T-Squared here, and I got some tips for you to make sure you don't get your head dumped in for Gears of War. Check it out. Gears of War is all about strategy and teamwork. I see a lot of people making the mistake of trying to get the active reload in the beginning of the game when they should be running with their teammates. Try this. When the clock gets to 0, press A as fast as you can to get a barrel roll. This allows you to get map control and get higher ground on the enemy while your teammates flank and try to get downs for you to take them out. Try to put the stats behind you and worry about winning the game and causing distractions compared to just worrying about yourself.
For more of T-Squared, hit up the old G4 website. It's waiting for you. And speaking of special visitors, here's Cheat host Kristen Holt.
Thanks, Blair. Today we're bringing you the finest beers of the winter season. It's time again to attack this. First, Corsendonk Christmas Ale is a very dark Belgian beer from the Corsendonk Brewery, founded by Belgian monks. It's nice and fruity and perfect for a cold winter's night. But definitely sip this beer. It's not for chugging. We don't want to meet the hairy, sauced-up mountain man that chokes down more than one of these in a sitting. Let's find out from Kev how it tastes. Kevin?
Thanks, Kristen. It's nice and fruity. I'd say it's perfect for a cold winter night.
And it's great because it's created by monks, you know, and we like that. Next, Yule Smith Holiday Ale from AleSmith Brewing Company comes in a nice big, perfectly sized 1.5 pint bottle. This one pours with a thick, frothy head and goes down nice and smooth. It's got a pretty high alcohol content compared to some of the others in this list, but we ain't complaining. Kev, how's that one?
Tastes like Christmas.
Christmas in a bottle. The festively labeled Harvey's Christmas Ale is brewed and bottled in Sussex, England, and might be a little harder to find than the rest of today's brews, but the search will definitely be worth it. It's got a nice, warm, malty flavor and goes really well with mincemeat and some figgy pudding. Let's see how Kevin likes it.
That is not good.
It's because you need figgy pudding. That's
the
problem. You need some mincemeat. And finally, Winterbrawn Ale from the Lost Coast Brewery, a brewery that was founded 10 years ago by 2 women who gave up their 9-to-5s to make suds. I love those girls. Winterbrawn Ale has strong chocolate and caramel flavors and a dark chocolate color. But we were sold as soon as we saw the label with that funky snowboarder on it. Kevin, how's that one?
Chocolate? What did you say was in this thing?
Chocolate, dark chocolate, I don't know.
BS.
Caramel flavors? Do you taste that?
I mostly taste the snowboarder.
Oh, okay. Well, Kevin's drunk now, so that's today's Attack This. Visit g4tv.com/AOTS for links to all these beers. Now, Blair and Kevin lie to you all the time, but you can trust me, people. The rest of the show is definitely worth sticking around for. We have your daily news in the feed, plus we stuff your stocking with AOTS hardware. It's on its way, so conduct yourselves appropriately. Welcome
Welcome back to Attack of the Show, or as we like to call it, the 1 hour of the day your life has purpose and meaning. Now, Kristen Holt will try and maneuver around Will O'Neill's bad pickup lines disguised as tech advice. Guys?
I can't wait. I hope you have some good lines, Will. Thanks, Blair. That's right. Will is here, and it's time for a holiday edition of AOTS Hardware. So, Will, do you have some pickup lines, by the way, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I can't wait for them. Can't
Awesome.
Wait. All right, the holidays are a great time to construct that ultimate home theater system. So, I hear you've got some amazing advice on how to do that, and apparently it's going to knock my socks off.
Hopefully I'll knock off more than your socks.
Ooh, woo.
Hey-o!
Hey-o! Woo, I should have worn a sweater.
A little awkward, but okay, so today I've combined Voodoo's RA Media Center PC with Creative's iTree speakers and this Epson MovieMate LCD projector to create fairly high-end home theater between the visuals from the projector, the sound from the speakers, and Voodoo's awesome Media Center PC. I'm pretty sure that this thing's going to keep me in my apartment, for a pretty long time.
I bet. I don't even know what you just said, so please explain further. What's going on here?
Okay, well, you should probably know that I am like the biggest nerd here in G4.
I'm learning that. I'm learning that.
Yeah,
you're a hot nerd, so
awesome.
Those are the best in my book.
She just made my day.
Love it.
So basically, what it breaks down is Voodoo's Media Center PC. It's a component-style media center that's super simple to operate. Basically, it rocks 2 TV tuner cards. It has this awesome LCD touchscreen display. You can rip DVDs. You can do a lot of great stuff with it. It has this awesome AMD Athlon processor. This really powerful NVIDIA graphics card. So this thing is great. You can do it for anything, not only watching movies and TV, but it's a super awesome gaming powerhouse. I'm really excited about it. But, it's not cheap. It's going to set you back about $3,700. But hey, if you're broke, which I hear that you are, you can finance it for like $100 a month.
How did that get out around the station that I'm broke?
Rumors.
Oh, you can finance it. I like that. That's the American way.
Exactly.
Finance it.
Now, for sound, I went with Creative's iTree speakers, and while they look plenty sexy, we were most impressed by the great sound that such compact speakers delivered. It all comes down to their titanium micro drivers, lateral firing transducers. I know that sounds really complicated, but also has a really powerful subwoofer. But
it's hot. Say it again.
Really powerful subwoofer.
God, who's got the bad pickup lines now? What's going on?
But that's not enough. If you're lazy like me, it has a wireless remote control that it can access a wide assortment of Creative products like their ZenVision MP3 players and things like this. But these speakers are going to run you about $150. You can probably afford that.
I can afford that. You're lazy. I'm broke. Let's go.
Exactly.
We need this system.
Exactly. So finally, there's Epson's MovieMate 30 LCD projector. This thing is awesome. It's superior LCD quality. It has a JVC DVD player built in, speakers, an illuminated remote control, and you can pretty much plug it into your wall, put it on any surface, and it's pretty awesome. It projects an 80-inch true widescreen image from less than 6 feet away, as you can see behind me over here. And you can have an image up to 300 inches from less than 25 feet away.
This is my favorite thing on the whole table.
I may give this to you. That's the first lie I've ever told you.
Thanks.
But it's definitely worth its price. It's, at between like $1,000 and $1,200. It's very cool.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. I'm trying to think of where in my house I could put that.
Don't worry about that because you're not going to have it.
Oh, right. Anyways, well, that's all really cool. But if I do get all this, if I did have money and I could get all this, how long after that would it become obsolete?
Probably about a week.
See, that's why I don't buy this technology stuff.
No, but I'm joking. This is really cool stuff. This is great for that guy on your list who has everything because I'm sure he doesn't have this.
Right. No, he definitely does not.
Oh,
so.
there is a guy on your list.
Maybe not. For a link to this ultimate.
I thought I was the guy.
I can have more. It's almost 2007.
That's true.
For a link to this ultimate home theater system, go to g4tv.com/AOTS. Now let's get back over to Blair quickly.
Now, let's say you're all set to immerse yourself in the glory and agony of college bowl games, but your girl just isn't interested. It can happen.
No, I'm not. But there's help. Zach Selwyn got his hands on the ultimate girls and sports playbook, and he's spilling all of its secrets. Probably in a way that is not safe for TV.
No. Get them all.
Girls and sports. Two things most guys know a lot about. Well, sports anyway. When it comes to women, most dudes need a little help, which is why my man Andrew Feinstein put together the Girls and Sports Dating and Relationship Playbook. Basically, football coaches have, a playbook. Dudes have this.
We've put a lot of life lessons in here, things that not only that Justin, my writing partner, and I have been through, but what a lot of guys go through in their everyday lives, and we threw it all into a book.
And what a book it is. From tips that help the average dude score in any situation, to the smooth moves that make you a true player.
Bars tend to have a much broader guy-to-girl ratio, and they're not necessarily the best place to meet. Nightclubs are much more preferable. In fact, I recommend to a lot of guys that you go to a nightclub that's actually expensive to get into, because it weeds out a lot of guys who wouldn't think to go there because, oh, it's too expensive, but they usually let girls in for free. So all you have to do with a guy is you take your pinky and you extend it out and you slightly prod her leg with your pinky, okay? Slightly prod her leg. Now, if she wants to hook up with you, she's gonna grab your pinky like a kitten grabs a piece of yarn. She's gonna snag it, and then you know you can go in for the kill, you're all set. If she flinches, if she freaks out, and is like totally not into the pinky touching her, you can just like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know how that pinky got there.
Holy
it just
crap.
kind of randomly showed up.
Whoa!
Bulletproof plan. Let's roll. How do you do?
Pickings were slim, but I saw a couple of honeys that could fit the bill.
How you doing?
I'm great, thanks.
Nice to see you. My name is Zach.
Andrea, nice.
Hi, Andrea. What's going on? I like your necklace.
Thank you.
What are you doing here tonight?
We came to race some turtles.
You're a turtle racer?
I am tonight.
So obviously I'm on the right track. I figured I'd seal the deal with some drinks.
And to you guys. Coach, l'chaim. Hi, Natasha. I'm Zach. Nice to meet you. Everything good?
Yep, great. Thank you.
Are you going to race some turtles with Dre over here?
Yeah, why not?
I liked how you noticed that the girl who you did the Jaeger shot with, he wasn't quite vibing, so you moved on to the friend. No better way to get her back than to hit on her friend.
That's right. Now it's just a question of who to pick. Decisions.
Oh, yeah, Andy. Thanks for your help, man. Thanks for the book. I think this is going to do me quite well. As you can see, my night's just beginning. For those of you who want to roll like I do, pick this thing up. In the meantime, let's ride.
Ah, yes, girls in sports. You'll find it in Borders next to the Illustrated History of Roller Derby. Fantastic coffee table book.
I have a friend in roller derby, and her roller derby name, Laguna Biatch. Thank you very much.
That's why we love them. Folks, a very special attack of the show continues after this, so do your business and quickly.
We cut through the crap and get straight to the news you need to know in the feed. And it's just a 4-letter word, but it's so hard to say. Anna David gives you the courage you're looking for when we go in your pants.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. And I mean all the stuff. We have a firm no stuff left behind policy around here. We stick to it.
Thank God. And lucky for you, that stuff includes teenagers possibly contracting fishborne diseases. Yes! We'll have the video evidence later in the show.
It's not, I've seen it. It's not pretty.
Oh, really?
Right now, though, it's time for the only news that you need to know. Where is it?
The feed.
You're right.
Thanks, guys. I'm Layla Kaylee, and it's time to start the feed. The city of Boston has a long history of getting all riled up about things that might get people too riled up. Now you can add advertisements for violent games to the list of things banned in Boston. The Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority has banned all advertisements for M and AO rated video games from their trains and buses. The decision comes as the result of a petition which complained children were being exposed to images of violence. The MBTA will continue to run ads for alcohol and R-rated movies, however. I'm just saying. A Japanese website has dissected Nintendo's little white bundle of next-gen joy to find out just how much money the Big N is making. According to the site, Nintendo is making a profit of about $40 on each Wii console sold, although it should be noted that the console sells for less in Japan than it does in the States. Nintendo is traditionally the only video game company that makes a profit on its hardware sales. The Federal Trade Commission will now start unmasking the companies behind viral and word-of-mouth advertising. The FTC will now require anyone who is paid to promote a product to their peers, whether it be on a blog, in person, or in a fake viral video, to disclose their relationship with the company. It should come as no surprise that most consumers are less likely to trust a product review when it's coming from someone on the payroll. And finally, Joe Francis, the creator of the Girls Gone Wild series of videos, pled guilty to using underage girls in videos shot in 2003. Shame on him. The judge ordered Francis's company to pay $1.6 million in damages. Francis and his executives were also ordered to perform 8 hours of community service per month for the next 30 months. Francis will be in a Los Angeles federal court in January to face similar charges. Well, that's all for today, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Stay tuned to G4 all day long and look for the feed ticker at the bottom of your screen. We'll have all the news you need to know as it happens. I'm Layla Kaylee, and you've just been fed. Back to you.
And now once is never enough. It's time for another trip in your pants.
Love and STD together, doesn't that just
it's just a warm,
just sounds
happy
like sex and relationship? Now you guys know her, you love her. It is sex columnist Anna Davis. She's written for magazines like Details and stuff, and of course she's here twice a week to help answer your sex and relationship questions. But right now we want to hear our first question.
Let's go in their pants.
My girlfriend told me that she loves me, but how can I be sure that I love her back?
That's a great question. Like, how do you know when you love someone?
Well, I do think it's sort of like the, you're pregnant or you're not, you're in love or you're not, especially first love. It is that sort of, it's unlike anything else. I mean, a writer I know put it sort of like you feel like the whole world is created just for the two of you.
Oh, that's sickening and disgusting.
You're in love right now, so why don't you talk about it? Aren't you?
Not like that. The world isn't made for me.
I do think, there is the initial love where everything the person does is adorable and you can't get enough of them, and you think they're the most beautiful person in the face of the earth.
What about the fact that sometimes when people are having sex, like his girlfriend said it to him first.
Right.
And what if she's just like, they're having sex, and a lot of times girls do this where they think they're in love because they're having sex with this guy.
A lot of men do that too.
Yeah, so how do you know if it's really love or it's just because it's good banging?
Yeah, no, excellent question. Lust and love are very, very easy to confuse.
Basically, you're just saying that it's either you know or you don't know.
I hate to be harsh, but I think that if she said it to you and you don't know if you want to say it back, you may not be in love.
But right now, this guy probably doesn't feel for her, and you'll know when you know.
You do know, and I mean, love does change. It obviously goes from this, that the person's absolutely perfect in the honeymoon phase into this, this is my best friend and we're great companions. But in the initial stages, it should sort of be knocking you off your feet.
Sounds good. Now let's go on to our next question.
Here's a story. My last girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, has a little-known virus called HPV. But she tells me that it doesn't affect guys. And since she's dirty, I also think she's a liar. So do you guys know anything about this?
Well, I don't think that her having HPV automatically makes her dirty. She could have gotten it just from one sexual experience.
It's incredibly common.
It is incredibly common. Well, you were having stats earlier.
Yeah, it's basically 50% of men and women over the course of a lifetime will have it, and 80% of women over 50 have it. It is incredibly common.
Now, is HPV genital warts? That's a common question.
It can be warts. I know from personal experience, one day I thought I had it. I invented something down there, and I went to the doctor and I explained that I had HPV and they needed to treat me for it. And the doctor explained to me that it doesn't tend to show, you can't see it. I mean, it's on your cervix. So what they do is, it's an automatic thing with pap smears now. They do an HPV test. The danger of HPV is that it can lead to cervical cancer.
But in guys, HPV doesn't always create a wart. Sometimes guys could just be carriers and they
Absolutely.
don't even
and
know.
There's no test for men even.
The biggest thing I think is when you're with a girl, to let her know that you were with a girl who wasn't honest with you and you had sex with her unprotected, I'm guessing, and she had HPV, and she should continue to get regular pap smears just to be very safe.
And your girlfriend or whoever you're with can go and talk to her doctor about what the risks are. There's more and more awareness about this.
And STDs are very strong now. I mean, they have like a super STD strain right now where she could be with just one guy and it give it to her, and it doesn't necessarily make her dirty. It doesn't necessarily make you dirty, because if you have it, I don't think you'd call yourself dirty either.
No.
I think basically get your knowledge, make sure you get regular tests, let other people know, be aware, and just, be kind to the people you're having sex with and keep them safe. But
and condoms don't always protect.
Condoms don't always protect. That's true. Now, thank you so much. You guys can get all of Anna's extended answers to the questions you just heard on our website at g4tv.com/AOTS. And to find out more about Anna, go to her website at annadavid.com. And now the hunkiest hunk, I like to call him Mr. Hunky Hunkerson. It's Kevin Pereira.
In all seriousness, this edition of In Your Pants brings up an important topic, STDs, folks. And there are obviously still too many unanswered questions around it. So that's why I'm here. I'm going to clear up a few common STD myths. Myth number 1. You can't get an STD if you never make eye contact with your partner. It's not true. It's not true. I'm sorry, fellas. So reconsider the whole, it's just a glory hole thing. What's the worst that can happen? You don't need eye to eye. Myth number 2. Some STDs have positive side effects like clearer skin or superpowers. No dice. No dice on this one either. In the immortal words of Stan Lee, with questionable sexual partners comes great responsibility. Let that sink in. Myth number 3. Bangkok ladyboys are 100% STD free. Woo! I don't care how many times you repeated this to yourself last spring break. Doesn't make it true. Does not. Now put down that copy of Boner Jams 03 because we're not done shoving Attack of the Show into your living room. Stick around. We'll be right back.
We're tallying up the votes and seeing where the facial hair falls on Kevin's forum. And shell-shocked is just one way of putting it when we sit down with Jessica Biel and the stars of Home of the Brave.
Thank you for choosing the Nintendo Wii. In accordance with video gaming standards, we have prepared a safety video for your enjoyment. Congratulations on your purchase of a new next-generation Nintendo Wii console. We hope it will bring you much enjoyment and happiness.
There are some rules you should follow to ensure your safety in the unlikely event of a mishap.
Please follow along in the safety cards included with your Nintendo console. Some games for the Nintendo Wii may require physical movements. It is wise to stretch before playing such games to reduce the risk of pulls and sprains. When fastening the nunchuck attachment to your new Wiimote, thread the nunchuck cord through the Wiimote for optimal safety. Be sure to pull the wrist cord tightly around your wrist. If slippage does occur, do not panic. The Wiimote is designed for light impact and should remain safe. Do not attempt to twirl any part of the Nintendo Wii controllers above your head like a lasso. Difficulty in breathing may occur. If difficulty in breathing does occur, be sure to clear your own airway before helping others. When flicking your Wiimote backward, be sure you are aware of the position of your face. This will help prevent head injuries and embarrassment. The Wiimote should not be used to spread butter, margarine, or any other spreadable food item. If doused with gasoline, the Wiimote may catch on fire. In such an event, remain calm. Do not attempt to extinguish the Wiimote with your hands. Do not attempt to eat the Wiimote. It is not edible. Do not bury your Wiimote in the ground in an attempt to grow additional Wiimotes. Do not offer your Wiimote as a burnt offering to your ancestors. The Nintendo Wii was designed to be played by the living. Do not substitute your Wiimote for a child care specialist. It should be noted that being stupid enough to hurt yourself with a Wiimote will not decrease your enjoyment of the Nintendo Wii, or of floating cluelessly through your shortened lifespan. Thank you, once again, for choosing Nintendo.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show, the equivalent of 4 hours of community service. Yes, I'm Blair Butler, but don't get too attached to me, because here's Kevin Pereira.
Oh, why would you do that to them? You get them all riled up, and then you send them my way.
I know.
All right, but thank you, Blair. I appreciate it. Folks, internet forums are filled with more scum and villainy than your average spaceport, but I brave them each week in order to bring you Kevin's Forum. All right, so I was browsing the forums this week, as I tend to do. I'm lonely. When I noticed a thread which raised an important question. What if there were Xbox 360-style game achievements in real life? See, forum member 3DJ brought up the topic and then said his most memorable achievement was breaking his wrist while trying to kick a stop sign. He then rewarded himself 50 gamer points for the feat, but please, 3DJ, listen, buddy, you're not supposed to reward yourself for stupidity. Real life achievements are supposed to be about, great milestones of accomplishment in your own life. For example, check out some of mine here. All right, I got, let's say I got 5 points for kissing a girl. I got 10 for obtaining my driver's license, a big day. 20 points for the old gig on this here live daily cable television show. Unfortunately, though, I'm still working on nailing a MySpace girl without having to use my marginal celebrity status. I know, it's worth 1,000 points, but I just can't bring myself to do it. Maybe someday. Anyways, I came across the next thread. It's one of those delightful polls that you little rascals like to post. Ones that address important social and political issues. Well, in this one, the Biggie J wants you guys to decide what your very own cable television darling should try to grow on his not-so-hairy man face. Well, the votes are in with Kevin's choice, winning in a landslide. All right, with over 35% of the vote. Beard, pretty simple, came in second with almost 26%, and surprisingly, mustache came in dead last with only 3.23%, which It's kind of surprising, actually. I figured the mustache would have been a little bit more popular considering it went over so well, you know, back in my arena days. It was actually 4 months worth of growth there, so I'm not, that was too much work. Thank you. Thank you. Don't zoom in on it, by the way. Our final post actually brought attention away from our boards and linked to another one, which supposedly was the ultimate message board pwn in the history. That's where it took place. Now, the aptly named maybe the greatest pwn in history started by Gara of the Desert, and it linked to another forum where one member posted a picture of the planet Saturn eclipsing the sun. Stay with me. Well, another member thought the image was so cool, he took the picture and used it for his desktop wallpaper, and then he posted a screen grab of it. Unfortunately, the apparent noob forgot to hide a folder called Shemale Vids on his desktop. You know, there are 29 pages now of good-natured ribbing that followed. It happens, but the ultimate pwn? Perhaps, but no one really hides their possibly humiliating folders anymore. Consider our very own Will O'Neill's desktop. You know, he walks away from his computer, he goes to the bathroom for 2 minutes, and what he's doing is saying, you know, I don't care who sees the extreme livestock or wizards and horlocks folders on my desktop. And Zach, he's not trying to hide the special friendship that exists between him and Will. It's right there on his desktop wallpaper. Oh, that O'Neill's such a tease. Great abs, though. Don't forget, kids, forum posts featured in today's Kevin's Forums will receive the mini media player as part of the Hasbro Holiday Heap.
Don't tune out during this break because what happens later in the show will be the #1 water cooler topic come Monday morning. Depending, of course, on where you work.
Today's Kevin's Forum participants receive the massively mini media player. Videos, music, and pictures in the palm of your hand. Download tons of free video at tigertube.com.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. Kevin Pereira, he's going to elaborate on that. Kevin?
That's right. Watch me expunge. Is that I don't even know that's a word, actually.
You can use it.
I did, just now. Street Fury's Big C is here. You know that it's not the age, right? It's the mileage. That's how you roll.
Yeah, I put a lot of miles on mine. Hard miles, too. I don't go soft.
Well, no, you did put a lot of mileage on this. There's a Scion TC. Was factory, straight off the lot, beautiful car, and then you went to town with it, right?
We did a Street Fury Scion tech out, and when I teched it out, I took it to my boy's shop. They just went bananas with the car. It went in their factory, and it comes out totally...
It came out... It looked like a transformer on crack. I mean, the doors, I saw it in the parking lot, and it's like, what the hell is that car? All the doors are straight up in the air. You guys are playing video games on it. How many monitors did you put in it?
We got 14 monitors in the car. We even threw an Xbox in there.
How many passengers does the car hold?
I think it's a 5-seater, maybe 4.
So a couple screens per person.
But we didn't just do screens. We modified the motor, we modified the car inside, outside, all the way around. And if you want to see how we finished it up, Street Fury this Sunday afternoon is going down 2 p.m.
2 p.m. this Sunday, Street Fury. What do you think the grand total was? Ballpark it for me.
Right now, the car probably sits at about $60,000 to $80,000. Yeah.
Really?
Really. Scion.
All right.
That's what we do.
And I wanted to give away one of the things. You did something on this car that's absolutely ridiculous. I won't give it away because I told you I wouldn't. But how can you tease it? How can you tell these people they have to tune in to see it?
If you ever wanted to watch TV outside of a car while moving this Sunday, Street Fury, we're going to show you how, baby.
It's a big C. I'm telling you, you have to see it. It's absolutely ridiculous. This Sunday, 2 p.m. right here on G4, Street Fury and the tricked out Scion TC. Blair.
Thanks, Kevin. The new movie Home of the Brave, starring Samuel L. Jackson, Jessica Biel, and rapper 50 Cent. 50 Cent. Could I be any whiter? Takes a look at the impact the Iraq War has on the men and women fighting it. We sat down with a cast and crew to find out more. I'm Pasty.
It's your first time outside the wire, Specialist?
Yes, sir.
You'll be all right.
The Iraq War hits home in Samuel L. Jackson's new film, Home of the Brave, and it's a long ride from snakes on a plane.
You know, I'd had enough fun. It was kind of time to do something, you know, that had some substance.
Co-starring Jessica Biel and 50 Cent, the film follows an Army squad's last week in country.
Gather around. Change of plans for today. We're escorting a convoy of medical supplies and a doctor to Al Hay.
But unless this is your first war movie, you know that the fit is going to hit the shan.
The rest of the story, which is the body of the film, takes place in Spokane, Washington, where these people are from, and it's about them coming back to their city.
Are you against the war in principle or because I was part of it?
Both.
I think that this phase of the war is the phase we need to kind of talk about now, because we want these kids to come home, and we need to understand what kinds of problems we may be facing when they do come home, or they may be facing.
And since her character loses a hand, Jessica Biel had to tackle more than just acting.
Working with a prosthetic for a while and not being able to use my fingers, it's weird. I was at the wardrobe fitting, I'm tying my shoes, and I thought, wait a minute, I can't wear these shoes. I can't tie anything.
And though he wasn't the director's first choice, by the end of the film, 50 Cent was more than just a rapper/actor.
We rewrote the script for 50, built up his character more, and then there were a couple of days when I had 50 write his own stuff.
You've got everything under control, right, son? When did you start? Gettysburg?
And since he is 50 Cent, was he able to party like it was his birthday on location in Spokane, Washington?
If you've never been to Spokane, don't go. That's a place you go when a witness protection program should be. They should send you to Spokane. Nobody's gonna find you there. Trust me.
Home of the Brave opens in limited release this Friday. Take a break from watching CNN and check it out. Still coming up, we have a video that should put you off sushi for a good week or two, so stick around.
If you haven't been watching Attack of the Show, this is what you're missing. For more info, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
That's a little jig. It's a Portuguese jig.
Oh, really?
I'll teach it to you sometime. Welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
We've been serving your pop culture needs since, I don't know, early '05.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Give or take. And we're going to keep it up on Monday with an all-new live Attack of the Show, folks. What does that mean for you?
I don't know. What
How about a week-long holiday gift guide, Blair? I haven't started my shopping,
I might be talking about comic books.
There you go. On Monday, we're going to kick things off with a look at handheld gadgets. Plus, we'll have a Jewish American princess-themed edition of MySpace Girl of the Week.
I'm sure that'll be incredibly PC.
That was a surprise to me as well, by the way. And once again, we'll show you websites that actually do something for you in web tools. That's all on Monday, a brand new Attack of the Show.
Nice. And now it's time to present our special little pre-weekend treat. A bunch of kids, a video camera, and a healthy bear-like appetite. Enjoy!
Okay, wait.
No way.
Oh my. Oh.
And that has nothing on the 3-foot balloon swallow. YouTube it. Now, for all the things you saw today and more, go to g4tv.com/AOTS and enjoy your weekend of tailgating and your AOTS-approved Subway sandwiches. You know the Subway?
Yeah.
Fresh.
X-Play is up next. Bet those sandwiches are fresher than that fish.